This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 22, that ye put off concerning the former conversation of the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Haloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Harachak Wadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and are worthy of their double honors. Peace and blessing to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last 6 of time. Shalom. Back at you with another lesson. It's going to be entitled Proper Communication Provides Clarity and Establishes Eternal Brotherly Bonds. Proper communication provides clarity and establishes eternal brotherly bonds. Lord willing, this message be edifying. I'm going to get straight into it. It says that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. That's right, man. You got to put off concerning the former conversation of the old man, because now that the scriptures have provided us with this marvelous light that we use to guide and shine a light upon the errors of our ways, that old man, okay, who we were in the world, okay, and all the carnal things that we did. Now we have the truth, we have the wisdom, power, spirit, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, along with physical representations in our elders and apostles, a great millstone on down to the least of us, all right, to help guide the way in the spirit, okay? But there's a certain conversation, there's a certain dialogue that we take upon that has nothing to do with the old conversations of the world, man, all right, that old man, okay? It says, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. That's right. And how do you renew your mind? By establishing yourself in this word, man. And by what I mean by establishing yourself is being grounded, being balanced, all right, having a sound mind. And with that sound mind comes, all right, a conversation out of that mind, okay, words and a certain speech that flows out of those thoughts, man, out of those heavenly thoughts, man, that we meditate on, man. Okay, our conversation reflects on that. Okay, now let's just get that word conversation, the definition. Okay, and then we'll get into some pointers. I want to get that just can help brothers could take possibly on and add on to their communication skill set. You know, it's Ephesians 4 and 22. That word conversation, man. All right. Right, anastrophe, and brothers go into this word quite often, okay? It says, anastrophe, the manner of life, conduct, behavior, deportment. It says behavior, Strong's definition, behavior, conversation, you see? So your conversation has to be transformed, has to be renewed, man. All right, it has to be freshened in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And there's a certain manner of life, a certain conduct, behavior, all right, that the men of the Lord take upon, man. Okay, and we share that like-mindedness with each other, man. We may have certain personal, all right, preferences that we have, but when it comes to the doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, we obtain to that manner of life, that conduct, that behavior, that deportment, man. Okay, one brother may like Adidas, another brother may prefer Reeboks, all right, or have more dark color shirts than light color shirts than another brother. But at the end of the day, all right, the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, okay, is within our manner of life, within our conduct, within our behavior, within our conversation, man, within the words we speak, all right. They show forth, okay, the heavenly things that we meditate on, and those words that you, those things that you meditate on, they could also show forth when they come out of you, Also the certain negative things that you may have been thinking. So we have to always be mindful of those things in our conversation, okay? And always try to keep our conversation upright, all right? And esteeming a brother highly, man. Your brother that's on side of you, okay, for their work's sake, like, as the scriptures say, okay? Now let's go back to Ephesians chapter 4, verse 24. It says, and that ye put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. You see, that new man, that new conversation, all right, which is created in true holiness and righteousness, man. Okay, so we know that the mindset of the world provokes certain thoughts, provokes certain words in you to say, but when you're in this truth, man, you have to be mindful of the things you say to another brother, all right? The thoughts that you allow to enter into your head, man, you have to dismiss them in the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Now, we all have vain thoughts that we think on, all right, that come into our minds, but in the spirit of power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right, we have the power to dismiss those things out of our mind and not act on them and not let them become a part of us, man. Okay, that's the power that the Lord has given us. Okay, it says, wherefore, putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor. For we are members one of another. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Because sometimes that's what it may be, man. All right? Certain things you let linger on and simmer. All right? And they build up bigger problems in the long run. And those things basically could have been tackled or could have been extinguished by you just talking about it right when they came up. All right? Or right when the issue arise, man. Okay, addressing it head on, full force in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right, and not letting it linger on, man, and become a bigger problem. Okay, or it starts to mentally, all right, come into play and mess with your mind, or even create underlying issues that brothers may see that you may have could have gotten out of the way and dismissed, all right, by bringing them up. Okay, but it says, neither give place to the devil. Let him that stole steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands the thing which is good, that he may have to give to him that needed. That's right, man. All right? So, steal no more. All right? Think of those thoughts no more, man. Put off that old man. The old man was indulging in just letting madness spew out of his mouth. All right? Talking vanity. All right? Uttering madness, okay, but now this new man, okay, in the spirit of power Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the manner of his conversation, all right, or his anastrophe is upright, is just, is blameless, man, okay, but it says, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. That's right, man, corrupt communication. Now let's get that corrupt communication. Okay, and I'm going to read it in the NLT. It's Ephesians 4:29. Don't use foul or abusive language. Let everything you say be good and helpful. There you go. So everything that comes out of your mouth, all right, going into that proper communication, they should be good. They should be helpful. They should be sincere, all right? They shouldn't be questionable, okay? Like if you're saying something or your dialogue with brothers and you just say things out of left field, they become questionable, all right? And they show forth actually the things that you might be meditating on, the things that you might actually be thinking, man, okay? Because, for instance, and this is small, you go inside a fast food restaurant, you go up to the counter and you say, you want a chicken sandwich and you want to add cheese. If you say you want a chicken sandwich and you want to add cheese, all right, you've thought about that before you got to that counter to make that order. All right, you put it in your mind that, okay, I want this today. I want this certain thing on it. That's what I'm craving. That's what I want. And when you actually commit to those words and they come out of you, you say, okay, I want this, I want that. They show forth that, okay, you were thinking of these things, man. You know, you had it in mind. Okay, so you have to always be mindful that the words you say, the words you speak, All right, they have to be good and helpful. Now I wanna get that word, go back in there and get that word communication, Baba Koshai, and I just want to get that word helpful off Google. It's that word communication.
Strong's G 3056. Logos. Logos.
It says logos, kind of like reminds me of logic. It says, you know that is logic. Your logic is basically your reasoning, man. Okay, it says logic, a speech, a word uttered by a living voice. That's communication. It says embodies a concept or idea, right? Your communication embodies the concept or ideas that go through your mind. All right, how you communicate is a reflection on that. Okay, if there's improper communication, that's a reflection that the thoughts and the ideas in your mind may not be proper. All right, may not be full and attentive to that certain thing, man. Because if you don't communicate with something, all right, that thing becomes basically somewhat in a way strange to you, man. All right, you can liken that onto the truth. If our people don't communicate with Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we're liking as strangers, man. Foreigners, Israelite foreigners, man. But that communication, that proper communication with the Lord brings us back as sons of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you see? So it says what someone has said, a word, the sayings of the Most High. So these scriptures are communication. It says, and that's beautiful too, because if you follow after these scriptures and do what they say do, then you'll be basically promoted to communicating properly, man. That's why I want to entitle this lesson, all right, proper communication provides clarity and establishes eternal brotherly bonds, all right? It says decree, mandate, or order of the moral precepts given by the Most High, right? So the thing, how you communicate establishes your morals, who you truly are, all right? What you think about certain things, how you view life, okay? That shows how you communicate. Now, we communicate through these scriptures, present our bodies a living sacrifice, that testimony and witness of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, that's how we communicate onto the world that we fear the Lord. All right, that will die for the Lord, man. Okay, but how you communicate amongst your brothers is one and the same, because you have to treat them like they're Yahushai. Okay? So you have to follow the scriptures. You have to let the things that come out of your mouth be useful and helpful, man. Good and helpful. Okay? It says, what is declared a thought, declaration, aphorism, a weighty saying, a dictum, or maxim, right? Because your communication could hold weight, all right, about who you truly are. So we want to make sure that when we're communicating, we reflect off of the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, not reflect off of the things of the world. And that takes communication, all right? It takes opening up, letting down walls, picking up the phone, all right? In Great Millstone, someone talks to someone all the time, man, okay? A brother is talking to another brother all the time, okay? So communication is how we go from doing things pleasantly on the camera to off the camera, okay? You can't be one way on the camera and then off the camera. The communication is off, all right? Because it's not going to be an order on camera, man, okay? The Lord's gonna throw some spiritual corrections in there, man, that you may need to shake up and ship up. It says, what is declared, a thought, declaration, aphorism, a weighty saying, a dictum, a maxim, discourse. It says the act of speeching, the faculty of speech, skill and practice in speeching, right? Because it's a skill and practice in speaking, man. Let's see if I can find this one. This is Colossians 4:6. It says, let your speech be all way with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. So let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, all right? With this word, knowledge, understanding, wisdom, okay? You saying things that are good and helpful, man. That's seasoned with salt, man, all right? It says that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man, because there's a specific way you have to answer, you have to respond, but it has to be filled with grace, man. All right, if you're saying questionable things through your communication, all right, in that sense, you could become over time a questionable person. Okay? Now I want to get this off Google. There's just some pointers going into communication in a workplace, employers, employees. It's businessnewsdaily.com. All right. It says workplace conflicts, 5 tips to improve communication. Now let's go down. We're going to start from key takeaway. It says effectively resolving workplace conflict can improve your organization and increase your bottom line. Now we know that this is talking about the actual workplace. All right. But spiritually, the bottom line is, all right, it says, I'm going to get this definition. It says the term bottom line is often used and referred to the profitability of a business after all expenses are deducted from revenues. All right? So it's the profitability. So it says, all right, let's go back. It says effectively resolving workplace conflict can improve your organization and increase your bottom line, which is your profitability. So effectively resolving conflicts in communication, all right, increases the chances of the camp loving each other, brothers dwelling in brotherly love and unity, all right, increases the strength of the body, okay? It helps to keep that wheel running, man, okay? So we're going to profit in the long run by getting those incorruptible bodies, getting that eternal life, all right? Building those like we're going into establishing those eternal brotherly bonds. So it says how to resolve workplace conflict through communication. It says, number 1, address issues immediately and openly. You see? Address issues immediately and openly. When a conflict arises among your team members, action should be taken quickly to resolve it. Instead of ignoring or avoiding conflict, accept it and work towards addressing it immediately. All right? It said accept it and work toward addressing it immediately. So if you have an issue with a brother, it starts with communication. All right? Letting the brother know, or him letting you know that he has an issue. It may be small, maybe large, whatever it may be. That's the step first and foremost. Okay? Once that is established, you can figure out where you move from there to fix the issue. All right? Who played a part in it, what those parts were, and then ultimately using the scriptures to extinguish, all right, dissolve the issue, man, whatever it may be, and move on. Put it behind you and move on. All right? So it says, number 2, set clear expectations. Managing expectations, both in terms of what you expect from others and what they expect of you, is one of the most important things a team can do to facilitate better communication. Anything you or your colleagues need from each other should be clearly defined and expressed, right? Express your needs. The brother express his needs. Hey, you're doing this, you're doing that. This is what I need you to do. All right? And you have to be manfully willing to be humble, all right, and accept those corrections, man, because we've all been corrected and we're always getting corrected, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, to inherit these incorruptible bodies and ultimately to obtain that eternal brotherly bond, man, with the Akim, okay? So we're working for it and we're all getting critiqued, man. This is trial and error, all right? It says build active listening skills. It says you may hear what your colleagues say, but are you actually listening to them? People's minds wander when others speak, especially in a group setting, and they don't truly absorb what's been said. Even in, okay, I'm going to just go down right. And that's true because you have to actually hear and have compassion, okay? A brother, when he's sincerely, all right, talking to you, he shouldn't feel as if you have a wall built up or as if he's talking to someone that's a robot, a piece of technology, man. You have to have compassion. You have to be sincere, man. All right, and actually hear what the person's saying and actually listen to them with compassion, man. You know, it says the quote: "Listening is such an undervalued skill, and it can have a real impact on how often conflicts arise and how they can be avoided," she said. You see, listening is a great skill, man, because some people, they love to talk more than listen. All right, and the scriptures tell you, keep thy foot when thou coming to the house of the Lord, being more willing to hear, all right, than give the sacrifice of fools, man. So we listen, all right, and soak in the information, then we respond. Okay, we don't just hear and act like if we're listening and then just respond in a way without weighing what's been said, man. Okay? The men of the Lord, we're not pieces of technology, man. All right, we're fighting not to have Esau's image pertaining to Revelation 13:16 put in us, man. We want to be in the image of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. The image of sincerity, of a sound mind, balance, compassion, just, uprightness, man. Valor, honor, integrity, high morale. All right, and that starts with our communication. All right, let's go down. It says number 5, recognize and respect personal differences. It says opposing viewpoints, behaviors, and work styles can cause a lot of arguments and misunderstandings among colleagues. If clashing personalities are the root cause of a lot of your team's problems, working on being more aware of the differences in how you view a situation. Right. Recognize and respect personal differences. A brother might have a red shirt on, brother might have a white shirt on, brother might like a certain type of food. All right. His food fixed a certain way with certain, all right, different ingredients, but they're all kosher. Another brother might have his fixed a certain way with certain ingredients, but they're all kosher. They're good for us, man. They're lawful. Okay, so we have personal differences. All right, but what won't change is our doctrine. What won't change is, all right, us fighting to get out of America, man. Okay, and I wanted to get this other point. Let's see. Okay, I'll get this one. What causes conflict in the workplace? It says workplace conflict can result from several different situations. However, the root cause is often poor communication. For example, employee expectations may be unclearly communicated. Employees may feel as though they don't have a voice, lack of open dialogue, or the tone of someone's words may be misinterpreted. Whatever the case may be, miscommunication is often a source, and it can be mitigated through proper skills and policies, which we know those proper skills and policies is this truth, man, is this word, the scriptures, these precepts. All right, so notice it says, all right, employees may feel as though they don't have a voice, lack of open dialogue, and it goes both ways, man. All right, the camp heads have to address these issues heads on. All right, and other brothers that are in the camp, younger brothers, etc., all right, they have to be willing to be corrected, man, and edified through the Spirit, okay, and realize what you're involved in, man. Okay, it's another one I was thinking of this point in this article. It's another point I wanted to read. See if I can skim through it and find it real quick so we can move on. Let's see. Okay, here we go. It's the point. It says, this is the point of this article I want to bring out. It says, in addition to choosing your words carefully, do not underestimate the power of body language and tone. Often it is not what is being said that propels conflict further, but how someone is saying it. Use open body language to signify your willingness to resolve the conflict and reach an argument. People tend to mimic those around them, so this can help elicit a calm, open demeanor from anyone else in the conflict. And I'm going to read it again. It said, in addition to choosing your words carefully, do not underestimate the power of body language. That's right, man. All right. Your facial expressions, all right, your tone, okay, how your body language is perceived can ultimately deliver the message as well. That helps perceive a person to what type of message you're trying to convey to them. Okay, your body language, it can be perceived in your body language, man. All right, and your tone as well. It says often it is not what is being said that propels conflict further, but how someone is saying it, right, man? A lot of times it's not, me and a brother was talking about this, a lot of times it's not what you're saying, but it's how you say it. All right, that can make those things that you say questionable. Okay, or what do you really mean by that, or what do you really think? All right, on that topic. All right, by your answer and what you say. Okay, now let's get into some more precepts. All right, this is Colossians 3:8. It says, "But now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth." Filthy communication out of your mouth. We went into that word communication, man. Your dialogue, your speech, the things that you say, man, that you convey to others. All right? So let's go to this other one. Thinking of Proverbs. All right. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 19. It says, "In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise." You see, he that refraineth his lips is wise. Why? Because when you're more apt to hear, all right, before you just quickly give an answer, all right, and you have some restraint about the things that you say, all right, you have a filter, okay, you have certain things that you hold back from instead of just uttering it out, man. You become wise, man. Okay, why? Because you're building your self-control. You're building your self-denial, man. Self-denial are those thoughts that run across your mind that basically can come out of you and have others, brothers on side of you, whoever it may be, perceive you in a negative light, man. All right? It says, verse 20, "The tongue of the just is as choice silver. The heart of the wicked is little worth." You see? The tongue of the just is as choice silver, man. You see? So our speech can literally, it can, the word I'm looking for, all right, it can basically render us guilty or not guilty, man. All right, when it comes down to it, you can liken that on to us preaching this word, man. When our speech has to be of a certain doctrine in order for us to get out of America. And if it's not, we're going to be destroyed, man. You can liken on to that with your communication between brothers, man. If your communication is improper, all right, you're offending brothers, okay, and you're not being mindful of it and trying to change, all right, you can end up, hey, man, the Lord can end up judging you, man, all right, very harshly, okay? Let's keep going. This is Proverbs 15:2. It says, I'm going to start at 1. It says, "A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger." Right. Grievous words, man. Words that are questionable. Okay? Questionable. All right? It says, "Doubtful as regards truth or quality." The second one, it says, not clearly honest, honorable or wise." You see? Not clearly honest, honorable or wise. So you have to make sure that you're conveying clear messages of what you truly mean, man. All right? Because if your character is in question, all right, then the Lord is, you're up next to be judged, man. The Lord will judge you, man. All right? So you have to work on the things and how you speak to brothers, man. That's why the title of the lesson is "Proper Communication Provides Clarity and Establishes Eternal Brotherly Bonds." All right? We're going to get that word clarity as well. It says, verse 2, "The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness." You see? The mouth of fools, they pour out foolishness, man. They have no filter. All right? And that's not walking in the spirit. Okay? Walking in the spirit is being mindful of the things that you say. This is Proverbs 16:23. It says, "The heart of the wise teacheth his mouth, and added learning to his lips. Pleasant words are as an honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones." You see? The words that you speak, they can heal, man. And they can destroy, man. They can heal a brother, build a brother's confidence, build up his spirit, or they could destroy it, man. All right? You see? Destroy a brother's character, destroy a brother's self-esteem, and we're not in the business of doing that, man. That's why we communicate properly to establish, all right, brotherly love and brotherly bonds, man. All right, provide clarity in situations, because when you're constantly communicating, constantly picking up the phone, constantly, all right, getting to know a brother, all those extra thoughts in your mind or negative things, man, they get dismissed, man, by that communication, by y'all talking it out constantly on a regular basis, whatever it may be, man. All right, that's the business we're in. That's the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is Proverbs 19:14. It says, "House and riches are the inheritance of fathers." Oh, Salaki, wrong. It's wrong chapter. I think it's in 25. This is Proverbs 25:11. Here we go. It says, "A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in pictures of silver." Ooh. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold and pictures of silver. As an earring of gold, as an ornament of fine gold, so is a wise reprover unto an obedient ear. You see? Onto an obedient ear, man. So if you're obedient, okay, if you're always willing to accept correction, willing to work on the things that may be causing a stumbling block towards you, or some things that may be your weaknesses, you're always going to be getting greater, always going to be growing, man. All right? An obedient ear, man. So you have to be willing, you have to be obedient, man. You have to humble down and lower yourself, all right, and realize that the communication that we thought was right in the world, we have to completely erase that, man. We have to completely erase it, man. Let me see. There's one with King David. Let's see if I can find it. Salaki Akim. Let me see if I can find this one real quick. I'll get this one real quick. This Proverbs 15:31. It says, "The ear that heareth the reproof of life abideth among the wise. He that refuseth instruction despiseth his own soul. But he that heareth reproof getteth understanding. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility." You see? And there's this other one too, Akim. Or what is? Let's see. Okay, this is Proverbs 11:25. "The liberal soul, the giving soul, shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself." You see, because when you water the brother, when you give a brother counsel, advice, reproof, all right, you're also adding on to yourself righteousness, man. Adding on to yourself correction. Adding on to yourself a building, man. Okay? See if there's something on that in the NLT real quick, Akim. Babu Kashah. All right. Proverbs 11:25. Okay. Proverbs 11:25. In the NLT, "The generous will prosper. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed." You see? All right. You generous. You're giving out info. You giving out what you know, man. Freely as you receive, freely as you give, man. All right. And by doing that, both brothers, it's a two-way street, man. Both brothers are being edified, man. So, Lord willing, this message was edifying. All right. Proper communication. Oh, Salaki. Let me get that word clarity, Akim. All right. Because as the title of the lesson is, proper communication provides clarity and establishes eternal brotherly bonds. It's that word clarity I wanted to get. It says clarity, the quality of being coherent and intelligible. For the sake of clarity, each of these strategies is dealt with separately. And the second one is the one I want to get. It says clarity, the quality of transparency or purity. Purity, man. Pure, undefiled, man. All right. So proper communication provides clarity, man. All right. And that's the spirit of power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. That purity, that true, genuine love between brothers. All right. It's established by picking up the phone. All right. Constant communication. All right. Warding out those negative thoughts. All right. By establishing, okay, that, hey, I'm here for you. You here for me. I just called to talk to you because I genuinely care about you. And also, you're my brother. You on the side of me fighting this battle. All right, Lord willing, this message was edifying. I'm going to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Halayim Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harachak Wadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles, and the elders of Great Millstone, or word there to double honors. Peace and blessing to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last 6 of time. Proper communication provides clarity and establishes eternal brotherly bonds. Shalom.